Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Let's get ready together one last time in 2024. These are my makeup inspo pics I found scrolling on Pinterest, the focal point being that beautiful bold red lip. And I love the idea of doing a really natural face, natural skin, natural eyes, maybe even some faux freckles. The star of the show is really the lips. I'll be using this matte liquid lipstick from Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Liquilust Legendary Wear Matte Lipstick. I was on the wait list for this shade for over a year. It finally came back in stock. This is Elson 4, made famous by the Taylor Swift. I know she uses several different brands and shades of red lipstick, her signature look, but this was the shade that she wore a couple years ago. I believe it was for the Grammys. I think it is her best makeup look ever. It's so beautiful. I still think about this look. I dream of this makeup look, and she was wearing this lipstick shade, so I was so excited to see it back. I love a longwear formula, but I'm not the biggest fan of mattes because of the way they dry down on the lips, the way they wear. I can see every tiny crack in my lips, and they just tend to feel really uncomfortable on me. I struggle with dry lips to begin with, so we definitely need some lip prep. I already prepped my skin with skincare, but I'm going in first with the City Lips Night Oil. This has become one of my favorite intensive treatments. I use it every night as the final step to my evening skincare routine, and when I wake up in the morning, my lips still look sort of glossy and they feel so soft. But it's also perfect as a prep step before you go in with a longwear lipstick, a matte lipstick, a liquid lipstick, because it is so nourishing on the lips. And I've partnered with City Lips today to share their huge BOGO sale. If you add 2 City Lips night oils to your shopping cart and enter the code Erin Nicole at checkout, you get 2 for the price of 1. The sale is going on right now. It starts today, and I will make sure the product is linked directly to the video. I love the convenience of having 2. That way I can keep one upstairs in the bedroom and my bedside table, so it's there before I go to bed. But I also like to keep one downstairs at the makeup vanity. That way when I'm getting ready in the morning, I can use this as part of my skincare. Now this isn't just another lip gloss. Although it does leave a beautiful shine on the lips, it truly is an intense overnight treatment. It has hyaluronic acid and plant extracts to help boost hydration and reduce the appearance of fine lines. I also like to make sure I'm getting the corners of my mouth. Because of my intense skincare overnight, a lot of times the corners of my mouth get so cracked and dry from the tretinoin. I always save lips for last anyway, so now I'm going to do the rest of my face and eyes, and by the time I'm ready to apply that matte liquid lipstick, my lips are going to feel buttery smooth. If you also struggle with chronically dry lips and you've been looking to try something new, I highly recommend the City Lips Night Oil, and it's also great to take advantage of an amazing discount. Since we are at the end of the year, I am racing to finish all of the products that are almost empty, including these 2 Kogan Dough foundations. This is the Moisture Foundation, one of the best formulas. I've always been in between shades, the only frustrating thing. So I use 123 and 143. I go in with 2 parts 123, 1 part 143, and I just mix them together. We are staying in and celebrating from home tonight, which has become sort of a tradition for us. We usually go to Whole Foods or one of the grocery stores, pick up a bunch of seafood and snacks, appetizers, and have a big feast at home, just the 2 of us. And Jazzy, the 3 of us. Even if you're not going out and partying and celebrating with a big group, I think it is nice to get dressed up. You can still do your makeup and get ready to celebrate at home from the couch. I just can't believe it's going to be 2025 tomorrow. Did you see how quickly that blended? So fast and easy. It looks really glowy and hydrating, but it's not super greasy. I'm gonna move over to eyes for a moment. I'm starting with my new favorite eyeshadow from Chanel. This is the Ombre Essential, the Longwear Eyeshadow Single in 248 Latte Frappe. It is the perfect texture, the perfect formula. It's not patchy at all. It's such an easy to blend matte. So I like to start with this in the crease. This has become my everyday eyeshadow. I don't think a day has gone by since I purchased that I haven't used this in some capacity. Partly because I want to keep playing around with it and experimenting, but it really is just that perfect everyday shade. This is a Rephr 2 brush, and I'm going into my Patrick Ta palette. I've been using this a lot lately as well. And I'm just sort of mixing these 2 tones together. These are definitely cooler matte shadows. I'm taking that on the outer lash line and the outer V area, kind of carving into the crease a little bit. And then same thing on the other side, I'm just patting in that cool tone shadow. And then with a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna blend everything together. Next, with an old Chanel eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna dip into this white down here, and I'm going to lightly apply that all over the inner lid. I wanna see what an all matte eye matte lip would look like. We're going the unexpected route. Instead of doing lots of glitter, sequins, and sparkles, we're gonna do a matte eye, matte lip, but still make it festive. And now we can go back to finishing the face. I'm going in with my Natasha Denona concealer. I have shade R2. It's not the lightest shade. I think it might be the second lightest. The R stands for a rosy undertone, which is great for canceling blues. Very carefully, I'm cleaning up this outer eyeshadow. This concealer is probably my favorite makeup discovery of the year. I have so many favorites, so many great makeup products launched in 2024. But there's just something about finding the perfect concealer. It's creamy, it's not too dry, it perfects everything, covers everything, but it doesn't crease. Usually I would do my concealer trick where I just blend it out a little bit, let it sit, dry down on the face, spritz with setting spray, and then finish blending. The only reason I'm not doing that today is because I am trying to keep the face a little bit more natural. It's hard when you layer so many products. I mean, I'm going through the full routine today, and this concealer is also a bit more full coverage. We're definitely going for glam, but I'm doing my best to keep it really soft. I finally finished the cream Fenty bronzer that I had been using, so that is in the empties. So I pulled another one out of my drawer. This is from LYS. It's the No Limits. I think it's just called No Limits in shade Motivate. I haven't tried the blush or the foundation stick, but I do really love this bronzer stick. It's so creamy, and this shade in particular is very natural. So it's the perfect cream bronzer. That has been one of my makeup goals for the last few years, is to go through more of my cream products. I just don't feel like they have the same shelf life. I'm trying to really go through some of the products that I purchased years ago and have just gotten shoved back in the drawer. So this is moving to the top drawer after this video, and hopefully this will be in the empties bin for 2025. I've been looking back at the makeup resolutions I made for myself this year. I think I did a pretty good job overall. I haven't been using as much heat on my hair. That's something that I wanted to try in 2024. So I'm styling less, and I'm trying to find different ways to style without using heat. I haven't styled curly nearly as much as I would have liked, so I'm definitely going to take that goal into 2025. I've been watching so many videos on the sock curls. Have you seen this trend on TikTok? From what I've deduced watching so many videos, I think 4 socks is the way to go. I need to order some socks, but I am trying this hairstyle out, and I am going to let you know my thoughts. I stopped using lash serum. Well, I stopped using lash serums with prostaglandins. That is one of the big changes I made in 2024, and I definitely noticed a difference. Not really for the best. My lashes just aren't as long. I think I've just come to terms with the fact that the more natural lash serums are just not going to give you the same results as the serums with prostaglandins. I'm almost completely done with the Lash Luxury Serum that I purchased at the very beginning of last year. I've been scraping the bottom of that tube for a really long time, but it just keeps going, so I keep using it. And I like it. I can definitely tell a difference between no serum at all and the Lash Luxury. My lashes are maybe a little bit more voluminous, maybe a little bit healthier looking, but they're not nearly as long as they used to be. It's crazy to look back at my old videos from years ago when I was in the thick of my lash serum journey and see just how red and irritated my eyes were. And I just thought I had redness around my eyes, and that's just how my eyes naturally were. At the time, I really didn't realize just how red they were from the serum. Another thing that you can notice in those videos is how much breakage I had because my hair was so blonde. And you can see all of the feathered pieces starting from the very top all the way down. There's so much breakage. And even though I went in with so many treatments, I did my best to keep the blonde hair healthy. It's just very difficult to stay blonde for a really long time without dealing with breakage. It's just par for the course. So my hair is healthier. My lashes, while not as long, are healthier. My skin is so much clearer as well. I've been so adamant about using my sunscreen every single day, even if I'm not leaving the house, even if I'm just running a few errands. And I know people make excuses and they think, oh, I'm just walking to my car, I'm not gonna apply sunscreen. You have to apply sunscreen. I keep a sunscreen stick in my purse, so I always have it with me if I'm driving. I like to apply it on the back of my hands. So I do think I've made real progress with my skin. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk in Pink Pop. I think this is going to the empties bin right after I'm done filming. It is so goopy and gross, and it is just about completely done. The tube gets messy, but this has been a great everyday blush for me. One of the beauty goals that I feel like I failed at last year was applying my skincare to the back of my hands. I really wanted to get better about applying my tretinoin and my vitamin C serums to my hands. And I didn't really follow up every once in a while, but I wasn't consistent. So that is continuing in 2025, trying to make sure I'm always applying hand cream, keeping my hands really hydrated because they're just so dry. I really wanted to adopt a favorites first mentality in 2024, meaning I would go through all of my favorite makeup products before anything else. I wouldn't say I failed completely or miserably at this because I did finish some of my holy grail products, including my Hourglass Ambient Glow Foundation, and I didn't replace it. It was my favorite foundation, and it's now sitting in the empties bin. And there are a few products that I finished that I didn't restock right away, but that's another goal I'm taking with me into 2025. Instead of saving my favorite products for special occasions or whenever I deem the occasion worthy, I want to use up all of my best favorite things. That way I know I'm getting my money's worth and it's not just going to sit in the drawer and rot and wait years and probably expire because I'm too busy trying new things or trying to use up products that I don't really love too much just to get rid of them. I want to focus on my favorites. That way my makeup will look the best it could possibly look. And then the final thing I wanted to do was be more active. And I can say I was very successful at that. Did I hit 10,000 steps every single day? Absolutely not. And I would have to check my totals, but I want to say I doubled and got close to tripling my steps average from 2023 to 2024. I walked at least double, almost tripled the amount of steps on average for the year. I think that's great progress. I'm happy with that. I'm still finalizing my list of beauty goals for 2025. As soon as I have them ready, I will share with you. In the past, I said I wasn't going to shop for any beauty products until the spring savings event, which was helpful, except it's only a couple months, and then I shopped the spring savings event, so I bought more products. I think it's always important to just be mindful in general of what you already have and what you truly need. Putting stuff on a wish list and sort of forcing yourself to wait a few months, a lot of times by the time that period has ended, you don't even really want the product anymore because there's something else that's come out or nobody's really talking about it anymore. So delaying gratification for at least a few months has definitely been helpful for me. And of course, if there's something that I need, if I run out of something, especially if it's skincare related, that's different. But shopping new makeup just for the sake of shopping new makeup, that's where I've gotten a little bit out of hand. I think a lot of us probably have. Dipping back into the Chanel Single, I'm going to buff this beneath the lower lash line. I'm curious if anybody else is thinking about a low buy this year or no buy, or if there's anything that you're maybe not interested in, like no more lipsticks, no more eyeshadow palettes, whatever it is. Or if you have any tips, anything that has helped you be successful, let us know down in the comments. My best advice if you find yourself in a makeup rut, instead of purchasing something else or buying a new formula, maybe change your application technique or the placement on the face, or maybe you've been using cool toned blushes, but actually you really need to switch to warm, which is probably something that you have in your makeup collection already. So I think playing around and finding new ways to interpret the products we already have can breathe new life into our makeup routines without buying anything. We're in a good spot with the eyes. Looking soft and matte. but still somewhat glamorous. For highlighter, I pulled out Gucci Sunrise Gold. This has been one of my go-to favorites lately. You can see I'm just sort of digging the brush in there. It's not looking very cute. In the pan, at least, it looks stunning on the skin, which is why I always use it. This is truly one of the best highlighter formulas. As much as I love the new highlighter palette from Chanel, I still think I prefer the Gucci highlighters to the palette. They look a little more natural, in my opinion. Going in with that white eyeshadow to highlight the inner corner of the eye. Trying something different. It's the last day of the year. I'm not going anywhere. Might as well. So I picked up this Rephr 3. It's just a little precision brush, and I'm going into this shade right here in the palette. Just a very deep chocolatey but cooler toned brown. And I am going to drag that along the lash line. We're not going to do liquid liner. That's one of my goals for 2025. I want to branch out of my comfort zone makeup-wise. Try some different techniques. Try doing my makeup a little bit different. See, I think that looks fine. I'm going to curl my lashes, apply mascara, and then we will finally go in with our lipstick. Eyes are now done. Face is basically done. I may at the very end go back and add some faux freckles. I couldn't find my freckle pen, so we may add a few faux freckles, but it's time for lipstick. I am finally going in with this Pat McGrath Labs Liquilust Legendary Wear Matte Lipstick Elson 4, the Taylor Swift shade. I am so excited for this. My lips are still a bit shiny. They're so smooth. I did blot to remove some of the excess oil, but I swear, the City Lips Night Oil is amazing for dry lips. And it's really important that we prepped them, because now when I go on top with the liquid lipstick, you're not going to see all of the little lines and cracks. And I think this should be my ideal shade of red. Sort of a deeper blue-based red, which is what I love. Wow, it feels so nice. I keep waiting for it to dry down and feel really dry, like most matte lipsticks, but it feels really creamy. I think that's probably a combination of the lipstick and the lip oil, but my lips feel great. Anytime I'm applying a liquid lipstick, I also feel like it helps to not apply too many layers. When it comes to a creamy bullet lipstick, I know I'm guilty of just layering and layering, and you don't even think about it. You just go on top of your lips like 100 times. When it comes to liquid lipstick, less is more. If you apply too much product, that's when it gets really thick and starts to feel just really chunky on the lips as it dries down. So instead of applying more lipstick to sort of get it everywhere I want it to be, I'm just sort of manipulating it around, kind of using what I already have. I finally found a good color. This is Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame. It's not an exact red, but it will work. Just to create a border. I don't think my lips have ever felt this comfortable wearing a matte lipstick, so I definitely don't need to add anything on top, but just to show you, City Lips does also have plumping lip glosses. These are very plumping. They give you that minty, tingling, sort of warm sensation. Not only do they look really glossy and beautiful and they give you that tingling sensation, they truly bring color back to your lips. I'm gonna dab just a little bit of this one right in the center, just so we can see what it looks like. This is the standard clear gloss. It even smells like fire. You know it's going to be plumping. Ooh, I love a glossy red lip as well. The Night Oil is amazing, but even their regular glosses are so gorgeous. This is my final makeup look of 2024. The red lip is definitely the star of the show today. And that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed getting ready with me one last time in 2024. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. Of course, all of the products mentioned and used today will be tagged directly to the video. I hope everybody has a safe, healthy, happy New Year's Eve celebration, and I will see you in the new year.